Welcome back to another Sunday walk video. It is very, very cold, but doable. So I'm still walking outside in the forest, and it's quite beautiful with all the snow. But anyways, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about this week and talk about last week, especially how it ended on Friday. Overall, just give some general thoughts about Bitcoin, crypto, now that we're in 2025, and what to look forward to this week. All right, first of all, last week with the U.S. market, we entered into bizarro world, like I like to call it. Why bizarro world? Well, because we're now entering a time, once again, we have seen this before, where all the good economic data causes Wall Street to sell off in a negative way. The reason being, well, there's two reasons. Number one is there's fears that good economic data will cause consumers to buy more, which will cause inflation to go up. And two, because of this, because inflation is going up, Fed Chair Powell cannot cut the Fed fund rate more than he has. He already stated last year that he was going to do 2 cuts this year, but now there was a Fed president that said maybe we shouldn't cut at all this year. You know, there's just a lot of FUD now around these rate cuts. So last Friday, I think a lot of you guys know, we got a big jobs report and unemployment number. Both came out spectacularly good. So in terms of overall jobs added, it was estimated to be 155,000 jobs for last month, but it went up to 255,000 jobs, which is almost double. And unemployment actually dropped from 4.2% to 4.1% when it was actually anticipated that it would go up to 4.3%. So obviously, numbers were great. Shows that employers are hiring and there's less people that's out of work. These are great things. Great things for the economy, right? But people are not liking this, or Wall Street. I take that back, not people. Wall Street does not like this because, again, if people are working and making money and not broke, that means they're going to be spending and buying, and inflation's going to go up. And that's bad. So if you look at a broader market, Friday was bad, brutal. Dow was down 700 points, and NASDAQ and S&P followed too. So, and I warned you guys that may happen, right? When we get good economic data, that's what tends to happen. Now, the good thing is, even though Bitcoin was down for an entire week, it actually came up on Friday. So we know that Bitcoin tends to couple with the broader market, especially with tech. In a lot of cases, yeah, in this last 4 years, the 4-year cycle, in the last 3 years, I should say, we saw this. But we also saw times where Bitcoin decoupled. And Friday was the first time I actually saw Bitcoin decouple away in a very long time. So rather than drop with the broader market and go back down to 91 and maybe even into the 80s like some people have predicted, no, Bitcoin actually started rallying up from the 92s to 94s. As of right now, it's like 94,000 something. But we went up as high as 95, and we actually started recovering during midday on Friday, and most of that held during the weekend. A lot of alts did too. Ripple XRP broke 250 yesterday, and SUI came back up to $5 and then came back down a little bit. But like, you got a lot of alts. ADA broke above $1, and Solana got up to like 190s. So yeah, so even though we had a bad sell-off in the US, crypto started recovering. So that's really, really good. Now, I have two theories for this. One is Bitcoin is now seen as a new hedge against inflation, right? It's definitely a store of value and it's a medium of exchange, but there are some that are treating Bitcoin as a better hedge of value, hedge against inflation than gold. And the very notion that, hey, inflation may be coming back up and getting away from that 2% mark may have caused a lot of people to turn back to Bitcoin again. So that's number one. Number two is just all the selling's over, all the dumping is over, and there's no one else left to sell. So Bitcoin started going back up. We know if you look at the charts, Bitcoin is oversold at many time frames, and usually looking at prior cycles and you look at prior inaugurations, you see Bitcoin go up in a big way. Last time Trump got inaugurated, Bitcoin went from like $700 and kept going. And you even look at the last one in 2020, going to 2021, same thing. 2021, we start going up in a big way. So another reason could be because people are now loading up, anticipating that great things will happen after the inauguration, which is coming up on the 20th, right? So, I mean, so there's a lot of reasons, 3 reasons. There's probably more than that. But bottom line is, we're still in a very good spot. Very, very good spot. There's really nothing so far that has really deviated from prior cycles. We're sitting at a very good spot. We may have retraced a little bit from our highs, but just last week we hit 102 again before coming back down. So it's not like we're down and out. We're still bouncing. Overall, Bitcoin's in really good shape. Some alts that I've been talking about, the ones I've been talking a lot about, the L1s, like the American-based crypto ones, crypto projects like XRP and Cardano, Algorand, Hedera. Out of those 4, XRP is definitely the strongest, making the biggest moves right now, because there's so many things about going on with Ripple, and I told you guys that for weeks, right? It's still showing strength, and it's still climbing back, even with the broader market weakness. So I think the American-based companies will continue to do well, and there's so many out there that I've talked about that haven't really started moving yet, but I think they will. For example, Chainlink is one, Avalanche is another. You can even say Solana's in there. But Solana has been doing okay. Obviously not back to its previous high, but it's been bouncing too. And obviously Sui, something that I've talked about, is still damn strong. And you know what? There's others too, but overall I know there are a lot of alts that have not moved yet, right? They are still down 60, 70%, 80%. That's okay. Again, that just means you have more opportunity to load up on them, right? And I've talked about narratives. I think AI narrative is still going to be huge. I will say this about the AI agent narrative. There are a lot of people asking me about different AI agents that are out. Some of them are AI agents, some of them are AI agent memes, some of them are like AI agent infrastructure, the ones that's creating AI agents. There are a few that have done well, but they always come back down due to a couple reasons. Number one, they're just overbought and it's too hyped up, and eventually the bubble pops. And number two is there's a saturation. So there are a lot of new AI agent coins coming out and memes. They're not doing nearly as well as the ones from before, because everyone and their mothers are coming out with it, right? Even memes and projects that haven't even launched properly or launched or had a TGE, they came out with AI agent token first. Makes no sense. I'm invested in a couple projects that haven't even launched yet, and they first launched AI agent. like it doesn't even make any sense. They're just trying to hop on a bandwagon. But because of that, you go see fatigue. So I know some of you guys are degens. You like to degen all the new AI agents that come out. I still get pitched all the time, random ones and AI agent memes. Right, I'm just staying away because I feel like, again, there's going to be a fatigue, saturation, and they're just not going to do as well. I'm sure there are going to be some that are standouts, just like memes. But be careful, just don't FOMO on every single one just because it's the latest thing. As for infrastructure, something like, virtuals, that was very, very hot. Decided to take a breather finally because it's just overbought. But I think many, like AI agent infrastructure, I think they'll do okay. Again, it depends on the market saturation. Overall, the theme of AI is going to continue to do well. There's no doubt about it. This year is going to be huge for AI. But I'm really hoping to see some actual real dApps that actually produces something, right? Like, for example, these chat assistant bots, right? That you see, like ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini, right? Let's see some crypto versions of them. Ones that are actually really useful, right? I know there are some bots out there that are for like sniping or just making comments or this and that, but they're just not that useful. But once they do, and they decentralized versions, then hey, they'll probably go do very well, right? So I think AI overall, besides AI agents, you still have the regular AI projects, the infrastructure ones, and I think they're going to continue to do well. It's not altcoin season yet, Every single stream, people are asking, when are the alts going to go up? When is altcoin season hit? Altcoin season doesn't hit until the tail end of a cycle. So that's probably not going to be until the second half of this year. But before then, you always have a little stints here or there of certain projects, certain niches, certain categories that go up. So we'll see that. Once Bitcoin gets hot again, goes back up to 100,000 and breaks through into a new high, you're going to see a lot of the alts surge once again, just like they did in November and early December, right? And just like last year, during March and April, we saw the same thing. We'll see little stints of that here and there. So just stay strong, utilize the opportunity we have to continue to accumulate in DCA, right? This cycle, I think it's going to be better than any previous cycle, and you guys know all the reasons why. I'm not going to repeat them again. But lastly, I'll say this about this coming week. We have more economic data, including a big inflation reading, CPI report. I don't know the exact date. I think it's Wednesday or something, but it could show inflation's going up. And again, I don't think it's going to be as bad, because I think from what I read, the expectation is it is going to go up. It's just a matter of if it goes up more than expectations or not, right? But even with the broader market selling off, we may still see a surge or recovery, I should say, with Bitcoin and crypto this week, based on history, based on the entire market being oversold. So we will see. We will see. You guys know I'm always bullish, so I'm always looking forward to upcoming weeks. And I think this week could be good, considering last week was not so good, right? Last week we had a lot of not so good days, but I feel like we are ready to go up. But again, it depends on overall market, Wall Street, how they behave. A lot of Wall Street guys treat Bitcoin as a tech risk-on investment, so they sell off with tech, but it didn't happen on Friday. So we could see that reversal this week once again. All right, that's pretty much for this video. Some side notes. I know I still start posting some shorts on this channel. I'm gonna continue to do so. Not gonna overload. I don't know if you guys enjoy them, but you guys know that TikTok is going to be banned in the US pretty soon, next week I think. I'm very sad by it because I do enjoy it, but because of it, I'm gonna focus a lot more short form content on IG and YouTube. So not only am I gonna start posting them on this channel, but also on the Clips channel and also on Alpha First. So there'll be more of it. I know it's a different style, but I'm gonna try to utilize it and see if I get some growth with the audience. Also yesterday there was a new style of a weekly recap video. I know that there was a lot of graphics and stuff that's in there that's maybe too overbearing, so I'm gonna get that fixed for next week. I didn't do a CryptosRUs video because I just didn't have a chance to. But yeah, I'm working on a lot of stuff. So also I told you guys, follow me on X. A lot of good stuff being posted on X. Not only that, I'm gonna have another X just for video clips, because right now, those of you guys follow me on X, it's kind of all over the place. A lot of news, even politics, crypto news, memes, you know, humorous stuff, clips of videos, interviews, stuff like that. But people love videos, right? So I'm gonna create another one just for videos. But first things first, follow me on X if you haven't yet. The link is in the description. Very good resource of breaking news and interviews and humor and everything in between. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish this walk. It's extremely cold. I'm surprised I'm not the only one here. There are actually other people walking, but they're bundled up, not like me. All right, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.